Hi everybody, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the Illumin Guru. For those of you who are new or just joining the channel, and for those of you who have subscribed for a while, I just redid the website, so streamlined it a little bit so that the information is more condensed. So take a look at it. It's theilluminguru.com. Those of you who are desiring to work in private session, you can book right online. I wanted to also add that I added one new service, which is a past life journeying session. And the past life journeying will involve a past life reading as well as a meditation regression. Okay, so it's an hour-and-a-half long session. And for those of you who are being called to that, this is going to tie into this video subject matter as well. You might want to explore this, especially if you've never explored it till now. Let's see. Also, we have on the 28th of January, starting on the 28th, there's a 3-week intensive for twin flames, and that is 3 weeks of learning all the tools to navigate your ascension journey. That's everything from clearing the negativity. We do past life work. We do ancestral karma clearing. We do an examination of inner child wounds, shadow work. We do an examination of negative beliefs and limited thinking that we carry. We also look at the negativity you're carrying towards your twin flame or your twin flame's karmic partner and where that's blocking you. Then we spend a whole week on alignment. Alignment is like self-love and aligning with our values and our morals and what that means and how you do it. Practical exercises. The way this is distributed is it's a self-study. So I give you daily videos, daily worksheets. At the end of each week, we have a 2-hour group call. And then we also have half-hour coaching sessions. So you get that every week for 3 weeks. And the last week is all about shifting consciousness, holding space, unconditional love, manifestation. So it's basically you'll have all the tools in your toolbox at the end of the intensive for you to continue navigating and clearing any blocks that are in your way and to help you keep shifting. It's really, really progressive, and the first round that I did of it was really remarkable how far some of the participants came. It was those who were dedicated to the work that really made a mark on them. So if you're interested, you can sign up. It's under classes and programs under my sessions tab on my website. And there's a limited amount of spaces, and we have about 2 weeks left until the program starts. So make sure you get signed up if you're interested. And just one more quick announcement, sorry. I noticed that people have been asking me about soul coaching, and they're put off by like the one session price, but it's $150, so it's an investment for a coaching session. But if you do the 6 sessions, it actually breaks down to $112.50 per session. So if you do the 6 sessions, you don't need to pay it all up front. You don't need to do them 6 weeks consecutive. Quite often I work with my clients every other week and sometimes once a month if your budget is limited. These sessions are really, really progressive and really helpful. So check that out if you're interested. Don't let there be limitations because of budget constraints. Email me, tell me what you need so that we can work together. All right, so this video is actually spawned off of inspiration from my last workshop. And somebody had brought up my twin's karmic partner, and she feeling like she really wanted to start to make peace with the karmic partner at an energetic level. And so I thought, wow, this might be a great time to revisit this again. I remember posting videos about karmic partners when I was experiencing it with my twin flame, when he had a karmic in his life, and I recognize that there's probably a need for me to post again, especially because the formulation of my knowledge has come, it's come into clarity for me, especially through working with hundreds of twin flames and doing the journey and navigating the journey myself. I can speak a little bit more from an expert place now. And so if you've watched the videos in the past, know that this will be a slightly new message. It'll have more information. And for those of you who haven't seen those videos, stay tuned because there's going to be some good stuff in here. Okay. So karmic. My twin has a karmic partner. Let's say that's you. Firstly, your karmic partner, your twin flame's karmic partner is not in your life by accident. It's not showing up in this triangle or in this situation by accident, okay? It's here to teach you as well. So the number one thing that I see it teaching us or mirroring for us is where our insecurities are, okay? The number two thing is where our control issues are, and that's usually from a fear-based place. So how does that get mirrored? I'm sure most of you who are in that situation know that you're either feeling like, why him or her, not me, or it's causing insecurities, or that's stuff that's been coming up for you. And then if not that, or it could be and or, then it's stuff around control, needing it to be right now, needing to have all the answers right now, needing the situation to be different, not being in a state of trust. So like being in a place of fear, coming from that place. But what I want to say is overall, the big message is that the twin's karmic partner is very purposeful for you also. You've got to look at the stuff that it's bringing up in you. When I say like the stuff, I'm talking about the fears, the need for control, the insecurities. That's such a big one. It's such a big one. I know I felt it. So when we have the negativity towards the twin flame's karmic, so negativity in twin flame relationships, any line of negativity or attachment, which is basically interchangeable in my eyes in terms of lines of energy with the twin flame connection, those two things repel twins. And so if you are harboring negativity towards the twin flame's karmic, you're also repelling your twin flame. Okay? And this may not be things that you even speak or admit to. These could just be inner feelings that you feel when you look at her or him, or think of that person, or think of the scenario, or think of the timeline that, this is taking too long, or it's gonna, like I said, bring stuff up for you. And so that's the first place we need to look. We need to also look at where we're holding the negativity and get really, really real about that. Like, where are those lines of negativity? Because remember, not only are you, repelling your twin, but you're also, like, through the angst or the hatred or the resentment or the just the yucky feelings that you might have towards the karmic, that's also repelling your twin. So now, here's another layer. Speaking of past life regression, in my experience, I can pretty much make an absolute statement. And this is my opinion. You're not going to find it, in stone anywhere. But in my professional opinion, I believe that your twin karmic's partner, you and your twin, have had lifetimes together. And you may have had separate lifetimes with the karmic. You may have had the triangle in other lifetimes as well. And this could show up, if you do dig in and examine it, could show up in so many different ways. You may have been the male if you're the female embodiment now. You may be the male in the past life. And it may be that these were two females, or that there was a love that someone was a mistress, or somebody, was forbidden to marry someone and had to go off and marry the other. Like, there's so many possibilities, and I've really seen and witnessed so many scenarios. But what I do know is through the exploration of the past life, we can't ask that, like, hey, let's go into a regression and let's just specifically find out what my twin flame's karmic relationship means in all of this. We can't direct it that specifically. But what I find is most time when you are regressed as a twin flame, because this is so much of the current stuff, the subconscious mind does want to release that information. We can't guarantee it, but you're going to find out information from your past life regression that's really, really, really relevant to your healing now. It's going to help you in your healing now. It could be healing fears. It could be healing, wounds. Could be healing phobias. Could be healing all sorts of things that we are carrying. In all the things that we're healing, any root of fear or negativity, anything that you're resolving within yourself is going to attract your twin flame, right? Because any negativity that we carry, that's part of our baggage. We are repelling our twin, or having causing more friction, right, in the sacred mirror. So just that work that you do in past life regression is so beneficial, because it's usually creates like connect the dots, aha moments, healing in the now when you come out of it. Like I said, not always will you be guaranteed that you'll find out what the karma was between you and your twin flames karmic, but many times you might find that information, especially if you do this several times, if you get regressed several times. Some of you may just have an intuitive knowing. And I know so many of you are empathic and intuitive and have all these gifts. So ask yourself, really sit with that. What could this have been in this past lifetime? What am I carrying in some residual stuff from these past lives that isn't just this lifetime stuff? Because it's coming up because there's past life karma and because there's this life stuff to heal, okay? And so in that way, know that your twin flames karmic is a gift to you. So you are actually a gift to one another. So the other side to this is, so how do you soften? So I think with a deeper understanding of what this is, and the re-examination of what this means for you, and then maybe some light shed on what it could have meant in past lives and why this is all playing out now, why this is so purposeful. It's that understanding that's going to help you heal it at a greater level, as well as look at where you need to heal yourself further. So in doing that, I feel like at that point, once you're starting to heal those insecurities, need to control those things, when you're healing those things at a deeper level, you can begin now to emit a more pure vibe towards your twin flames karmic. That doesn't mean you have to pour energy out to him or her every day. In fact, I wouldn't recommend that at all. You're going to create a hook, an energetic hook or an energetic attachment if you do that. And you really don't want to do that. You want to, without attachment, just send good feelings, be in gratitude for it, and release it without the attachment to the timeline that they're on. Or, we got to get really, really pure with our line of energy to the karmic. And so, like I said, let me repeat that again. You don't want to, somebody said to me, I want to just send her love. I just want to just send her tons of love. But be careful with that, okay? Because you don't want to hook in energetically to her, right? And unless there is like a real need, like, oh, I need to become friends, or if you're feeling intuitively like you need to connect in some way. But for the most part, we don't need to energetically hook in, okay? That's almost being done also like because you're overcompensating. It's more of just a simple releasing the negativity and being thankful and having gratitude. And you can hold space for that person and allowing them to go through their process too. So there's something in this for them, and there's something in this for your twin flame karmically that needs to be clear, that needs to be learned, that needs to be played out. And like what I always say, you probably heard me say in past videos, it's got to play out like a play on stage. Like you're sitting in the audience and you just allow it to unfold. If you went to the theater and were watching a play on stage, would you stand up in the middle of the audience and say, Can you get the play over with? I've seen enough. We already know how it ends. Would you say that? Would you do that? So some of you might say, I already know that he's not going to be with her. She's not going to be with him. I know that intuitively. Okay, well then know that. And then be okay just trusting it and allowing it to unfold. Don't stand up in the middle of the auditorium or the middle of the theater and stop the play. It's got to play out this way, right? Because it's got to, for the ending to make sense, for the characters to learn what they needed to learn, and for the problem to come to a head, and for all of that stuff to happen, it's got to play out, which means you've got to release the attachment. And I think part of releasing that attachment and trusting more in it is this getting rid of the negativity, feeling grateful for it, shifting our beliefs about it, and seeing the other side of this. So if you are one who is stuck in that place of maybe feeling that angst or feeling resentful or feeling less than, these are some of the aspects that you want to examine. And if anyone wants to work in private session with me, book a session. I can help you work through it. For those of you who are a little bit further along and kind of already know this, re-examine again, like where there may be some residual or underlying negativity that you need to pay attention to so that you can further release it. Because some of you come to me and you're like, I'm in surrender, but I just still just waiting. And it's like, well, you wouldn't be waiting if you were really in surrender. So it's not easy to get to the purest place. And it involves so many layers of things, of clearing and healing. But it's not impossible either. You just need the tools. And so that's why I really recommend my intensive program. If those of you who can do it, there's a lot of value. And it's awesome. It's going to give you those tools. So I will leave this video at that. I wanted to comment on that. I'm going to try to make a new moon in Capricorn video for Tuesday, and I'll post that soon. So I will see you guys in a couple of days. I hope you're well. Bye. Mwah.